Aloha, Rich Halverson. This is ITS128, and today is September 10th, Tuesday, and I'm going to finish up the lab exercises in Chapter 2 today. I posted videos for the other challenge activities in Chapter 2. You can go look at those. So let me share my screen. Share number 2. Right, okay, so you should be seeing my screen here, 128. And let's see, let me click here. Okay. Okay, so I posted up 2 more videos in the last 3 hours on the playlist. I had some problems, so they're kind of short. But anyway, so let's go to our textbook, and and so I guess we're exactly like 1 week behind, but I'll catch up this week with videos. But if we go to chapter 2, lab. Let's do this one. SOP. Okay. How does that? How about you way in the back? Can you see that? Yeah, great. Okay. Okay, so let's all right, so in this one, driving is expensive. Write a program with the car's gas mileage and cost of gas as floating point input, and output the gas cost for 20 miles, 75 miles, and 500 miles. And so we're going to calculate, and then they tell us, use this print statement. That's great, because it's always, you got to get used, you just got to get used to how these print statements work. So looks like we're supposed to calculate how much it costs to drive 20 miles, and that's going to be this number here. And then how much it costs to drive 75 miles, and that's going to be your value 2. And 500 miles is going to be your value 3. Now, of course, we don't need to name them your value 1, but we can name them whatever you want. It doesn't matter. It might be convenient just to leave it like this. We can copy paste. Okay, so if we input 25 miles per gallon, and the output is gas is $3.15 a gallon. That was this must have been back in the couple decades ago. And so it's going to print out, this is how much it costs to drive 20 miles, 75 miles, and 500 miles. Okay, so so I'm just going to start here. Okay, first we have to read in some inputs. So let's see if I can tilt this. That's better. Okay, so first I'm going to input. I'm going to call it. First number is miles per gallon. MPG, how's that for an abbreviation? Equals, and it's going to be a floating point number, so it'll be a float equal, and then input some number. Okay, so the first number that's going to go in is going to be this MPG. I guess I should put some spaces in here. And then the next number I input is going to be the cost of gas. Miles per gallon, dollars per gallon. Dollars per gallon equals float input that. So, we could be consistent here and put miles per gallon. Let's do that. Okay, so so we're gonna do so the first thing we're gonna do is compute your value, which is gonna be 20. Okay, so tell you what, I'm gonna copy this, and I'm gonna be more how you should do it if you're working in a group of people, and you should have good documentation for all your stuff. I'm going to change this to cost 20. Is that what it is? 20, 75, and 500. Cost 20. I'm going to name this one cost 75. And I'm gonna name this cost 75. And I'm gonna name this one cost 500. Cost 500. And I'm gonna say cost 20 equals, and now we got to do some fancy algebra here. Miles per gallon. I wish I had my shoots. I should the other screen because I can write on this screen, but not on that screen. I guess I can write up there, but um so if it is it's the best way to express this. Well, okay, we want dollars. Okay, we want the result to be dollars. So let's put dollars per gallon. It's going to be something dollars per gallon times. So we have dollars on the top and gallons on the bottom. We want to cancel out the gallons. Um, so we have 20 miles. Okay, so if the 20 miles cancels out miles, so we have miles per gallon times something. See miles, dollars per gallon, and we've got miles per gallon in here. I'm going to put that in there. Times something miles per gallon, and if we so here we've got gallons on the bottom and gallons on the bottom. Well, we want to have gallons on the top. So so I'm going to make a new variable, and I'm doing this in very step by step. So for those of you that aren't real strong in algebra, which I wasn't real strong in algebra till I was programming for a while, and I started to realize that algebra is important. So miles per gallon is that. So I'm going to do gallons per mile equals 1 over miles per gallon, right? Gallons per mile equals 1 over miles per gallon. So now if I have dollars per gallon and I multiply that by gallons per mile, multiply it by gallons per mile, then this gallons is on the bottom and this gallons is on the top, so they cancel out each other. So this is equal to, and I'm gonna put this in there later, but so this is actually equal to something called dollars per mile. Okay. Okay, you see that? This is dollars per gallon, or it's dollars divided by gallons. And then this one is gallons divided by miles. And so if you look at this equation, it's going to be here, let me just hold on a second. I'm going to bring up the whiteboard. So whiteboard and let's see. Oh, let's see if this works. Okay, so dollars per dollars per gallon. Dollars per gallon. How do you get gallon times gallons per mile, cancel the gallons, and that equals dollars per mile. Okay, this is what I just wrote. Okay, so you have isn't this whole thing show? Oh, I'm just getting used to the new equipment here. Well, anyway, you can see what I wrote there. Dollars per gallon times gallons per mile. The dollars and the gallons cancel. And I don't see where the can I do this? Okay, anyway, I won't try that anymore. So dollars per gallon, so I'm saying dollars per mile. And so now that we've got this dollars per mile gallon, we can multiply. We've got dollars on the top, and then we multiply we multiply it by miles. So if we go cost 20 equals dollars per mile times however many miles, 20 miles. And so then we have miles on the top here and miles on the bottom here, so they cancel, and what we end up with is just dollars. Okay, so this is cost 20 is this dollars per mile, which we just calculated up here, times 20, and then cost 50, 75 is equal to dollars per mile, per mile times 75, and then cost. I could type 500 is equal to dollars per mile times 500. Okay, so basically what I did is go back to, did I get rid of that whiteboard? Okay, I won't use it. Anyway, so this should do it. This should do it. And let's see if it, so let's run it. Let's run it using these two numbers. I'm gonna just copy this. Let's run this. And it's asking me for the two numbers now. And if I can go, do I just do this? Paste, enter. 253, 948, 63, 20. Okay, so then it looks like it works. So if I submit that for grading, I should get points. All right, so that's that one. Boy, that took a while. All right, let's look at the next one. Math functions. What time is it? Okay, so given three floating point numbers, x, y, and z, output x to the power of z, and then output, so first output x to the power of z, then output x to the power of y to the power of z, and then output the absolute value of x minus y, and then output the square root of x to the power of z. So we want to output, well, first of all, we want to read in these three numbers, and they're floating point numbers. So x, just making noises, x equals X equals float input. Okay, and then Y equals float input. And Z equals float input. Okay. So now we got X, Y, and Z. And the first thing we're supposed to do is output X to the power of Z. So I'm going to say, I'm just going to copy this here. And then I'm going to be lazy, paste it. And then I'm going to be lazy, and I'm just going to say your value 1 is equal to whatever. Okay, your value 1 equals something. Your value 2 equals something, and your value 3 equals something, and your value 4 equals something. Okay. And the first one is Z to the power of X. I'm going to copy this, make it a comment here. And the next one is X to the power of this. And the third one is the absolute value of X minus Y. And the fourth one is the square root of X to the power of Z. So let's just put those in here. Okay, so output X to the power of Z. So it's X power of Z. I'm sorry, I like the asterisk way of doing things. And this one, next one is X to the power of Y to the power of Z. I think we can probably, does this tab work? Yeah, tab works. Okay, and the third one is, I'm going to tab this out. Third one is the absolute value of X minus Y. So let's use this math dot ABS. I think that's what it is, of X minus Y. All right, so I need to make sure I have the math function in there. There it is, import math. And then I have to make sure that ABS is the right one. I think it is. Let me just click here and let me open this up into a new window and make sure, confirm that floating point absolute value, I bet. I guess that I got to use FABS, not just ABS. Okay, so I did that. FABS. And then the last one is the square root of X to the power of Z. So it's going to be math dot sqrt parentheses X to the power of Z. Okay. Anyway, so I think that this will work. You can make it look nice if you want to, and these are all set up already. So let's just try inputting these numbers. Run. And it's waiting for the input. Paste, does this work? No. Paste, hope this works. Okay, enter. And 172, 361, 172, 361, 350, and okay, it looks good. So if we submit for grading, and we got 10 out of 10. So, all right, it's only been 15 minutes, but I think I'm gonna end the video today. There's an event later in a half an hour debate that I'd like to be able to watch, and so I will make another video to catch us up through chapter 3 before next week. Are there any questions? All right, so thank you very much. Thanks for watching.